vision and whatnot. Finally duking it out for the first time, and I do believe it's been quite a bit.
Excited for this one. Whoever plays this will play Sir Dank, or wins this, I should say, will play Sir Dank in the losers finals, and that person will win the event because Poopy has gone home. Grand finals.
All right. Yeah. Grand finals is the next set.
So this is technically losers finals. As it stands, I suppose, except that Grands will be both of them starting with a loss.
Yes, exactly. Grands will be the reset, but right now there has been not a whole lot going on here. I mean, we're at middling percents here. IceKnight does have Arctice a bit on a run here, but he's having a hard time really like nailing him down. Arctice is doing a good job getting off of the ledge and then immediately resetting back to it because it's you know, we're playing the Greninja show, but a missed pivot grab is going to give Arctice a bit of an advantage.
Yeah, when do you see Greninja missing a pivot grab? But down tilt, up smash, classic combo, that percentage, center stage, doesn't really matter where you're at. I do like that we're going to PS2, of course. It's just a very likable stage for both of these characters, and both of these players have such an affinity for it, they will not counterpick.
Yeah, no, I think we're going to be sticking through this probably for the rest of the night. I don't think we're going to see much difference.
You know what? That's a good point.
Going on from here, but we are able to secure a stock, and Arctice is having a hard time playing, kind of playing footsies here. You know, with IceKnight trying to find a little bit of something, is able to tack on a quick 91 after the end of the combo, but not really able to find the stock.
Yeah, no edge guard there. Stuffed out a little bit by the Shuriken. Good enough, but the back throw sends him back off stage. Daisy Overlord trying to get back to center, and we do make it.
But not necessarily out of the waters here, but ooh, a bit of a miss input on the air dodge is going to give IceKnight an opening to tack on. Quick 57-66, no forward air confirmed, but we're trapping you with the up airs anyways. Can we find a full stock? No, we can't, not just yet, but we're still on the prowl.
Now we're in down tilt fish percentage, and you can see it already as quickly as we said it. A late dash attack will also be a nice one, but going for something standard, understanding you cannot fish for down tilt the entire time, starting an edge guard is another win condition against this character. Did you just save him?
Yeah, stalling out, I believe, did save him, but a raw forward air center stage is going to reset the situation on the other side. Do we find something? Ooh, really good grab on that, and the backer to secure it. Good stuff.
That's crazy.
IceKnight up 3 stocks to 1. Arctice is kind of having a hard time getting started here.
Flanking under the platform, good place to be for IceKnight. Gets knocked off the stage. Arctice starts, and just as quickly as started, gave up the ledge trap and is now in dire straits. Center stage being held by IceKnight. No pressure to approach, up a stock and some change. Oh, okay.
Can we find something? Yeah, we're able to finally find the Nair, kind of baiting out the jump with that just holding jab on the ledge. So it's so scary to deal with Captain Falcon because that gentleman will just kill you. But IceKnight is not really too scared here. Okay, yeah. Sure. Another back air for your troubles. Can we find another one? That's a third back air. Can we find a fourth? No, we cannot, but really good stuff from IceKnight, immediately firing with that forward air.
It was actually huge from Arctice to hold jump for that entire sequence just to be able to make it back by holding it for long enough. This, though, should have been curtains drifted just far enough in.
Yeah, that up B gives you so much drift. If you're Arctice, you are so happy you were able to find it. That missed forward air might spell the end of the stock, but no, we're able to grab the stomp out. No confirm, no kill, but there is the forward air to secure game 1 for IceKnight.
A little bit of a drift back. Yeah, a little bit of a laughter here because they're talking about bans, and I'm assuming that they're just going back to PS2.
We are running it back to...
No!
We left Kalos open.
We did it. We did it.
We left Kalos open.
We did it, ladies and gentlemen. This is good. This is fantastic. You know, if IceKnight has to run the Captain Falcon gauntlet to make it out, you know, on, I guess, the winning losers finals into first place, we got to do what we got to do to make it difficult for him. Arctice sends it to Kalos. Now, what do you think about, like, why is this more beneficial for Captain Falcon, right? Because this is the Falcon counterpick.
Yeah, this is like the Captain Falcon stage. It's like one of the first things you learn is like, we're not taking the Falcon to Kalos. Those side blast zones are so good for the knee, and then also he does get access to the wall jump on a stage like this as well to increase that recovery, which is already a very good recovery. He doesn't need another option to recover with. But right now, IceKnight is actually doing a really good job just kind of holding center stage, not really giving Arctice a little too much to work with, getting out of a lot of these combos, being so hard to hit.
usually you pick a flat stage when your character excels at frame trapping the opponent, but Greninja's gravity is so high, the fast falling nature means that it's not going to be the win condition. Obviously, we're looking for offstage play like you were alluding to. Unfortunately, that offstage play is favoring IceKnight. Arctice goes down the stock.
Yeah, IceKnight actually like hopped Arctice up with the Hydro Pump right above the platform, got the back air, and then unfortunately Arctice just didn't have enough gas left in the tank to make it back to ledge.
A little bit of dancing right there. IceKnight finding the better of every interaction at the moment. Fishing for something hard right now. Arctice misses a knee and puts himself in disadvantage.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like Arctice plays a little too honest. Sometimes I'm like, I feel like Arctice would benefit a little bit more with the I'm just gonna let this rip because I can, you know.
You know, and I do hear that Sir Dank is available for coaching.
Okay, we're just gonna wait.
Plank it out. No pressure to approach. We do have this availability to plank it out right underneath the ledge, just Captain Falcon cannot hit that area.
IceKnight is just labbing. He's just labbing the ledge here. But that is going to get us out of the situation. No, it's not. No, it's not. We're back on ledge to reset. Can we find a stock here?
Yeah, literally no pressure at all, though, right? Up a full stock, 124%. Yeah, down tilt. Just fish for down tilts, and then when you can't get it, drift away. The second that you lose a scramble, you're going to even up the stocks. And so I like the patient gameplay. IceKnight was talking about, before we hopped on this, he said he was feeling really sluggish. He felt like everything was moving kind of in slow motion. And so I think he's kind of leaning into that as opposed to trying to play that hyper high-pace play style that he's known for.
Yeah, and especially because, like, the difference between Arctice and Sir Dank, I don't want to keep bringing up Sir Dank when talking about Arctice here, but, like, you know, Dank is so high octane, so playing a lot more sluggish, forcing the game to slow down to your pace instead of the pace that your opponent wants to set. Really good stuff from IceKnight. We are able to see Arctice finally take a stock off here, but can we convert that even further, right? Can we even it up? Can we take a lead from this?
Center stage, Arctice playing patient. Timer is not a problem at the moment, so there's not a major pressure to approach, but if you dance around a little bit too long, IceKnight's going to use that ground speed of Greninja to force the way in without you being able to react in time.
Yeah,
cute little dash back there.
But we're also seeing here, we are at 135 on Arctice, right? This is that percentage where, you know, those down, you're starting...
Oh my god! It's the percentage where that happens.
It's the percentage where that happens.
Loose that back air? That's crazy. That does not kill without rage.
No, not at all. And also on Kalos with those closer side blast zones. And now we're starting to get to a percentage where IceKnight, where Greninja's skill confirms aren't going to really work. It doesn't matter if you Falcon kick directly into an F smash. We've got even stocks, even percentages. Who can find a proper lead first, right? Who can really, you know, dictate the pace and this last stock here? It looks like it might be Arctice sitting at 40, but IceKnight firing back immediately, just not letting Arctice breathe or get anything really started.
I like when these guys are playing on the ground because there's a lot of overshooting going on because of how much both of these players are utilizing dashbacks, right? So that big string opening up IceKnight for 60% started earlier with an overshoot on a dashback. Now, we did just barely miss the turnaround knee, and that scoop box is not big enough to beat the pivot grab. I do like a rock in a hard place, though.
Yeah, just unable to find really anything there. But I did like that reset, that like reverse knee almost to try and see if we can find a little bit of something, be a little bit creative with the custom combo. Not able to, though. Now we're both on the ledge. That's a risky place to be. We have to find a stock now for IceKnight, though, right? Because you do not want to get him any higher. We're just going to start lighting up smashes, right? This is where, you know, Captain Falcon is starting to get desperate. Any other character, that's terrifying. It's not even terrifying. That's good, right? You want your opponent desperate. You want them to be scared. But when it comes to Captain Falcon, when he starts getting desperate with these up smashes and these back airs and whatnot, that's so much scarier.
Yeah, there's definitely some options that are cheesy enough that they can work on Captain Falcon with very little punishability. Raptor Boost is not one of them, so finding that was cute, but only for so long will it last. That's a really hard one to understand what you're supposed to DI with because of where you're at on the stage, right? Because you have to you're not expecting to have to DI down and in against forward air with Greninja. Jesus Christ. But
it's been a long night.
Right, so you're like, oh, I'll hold, you know, up and in to make sure that I go towards the corner, but you're a little bit too far towards the right side, and especially on Kalos, it's extra confusing.
Yeah. So, but I liked that a lot from Arctice as we started to get towards the end there, right? Able to sneak in that back air was huge, very, very crucial. I would like to see a little bit more of that, just kind of throwing those out there, creating this wall of pressure, this wall of force that IceKnight has been unable to, that IceKnight is going to have a hard time getting through. Because right now, IceKnight is just kind of running circles around Arctice and just not really scared at all. He has no reason to be.
As we head into this game 3, we send it to small battlefield. Arctice has decided, or potentially IceKnight decided that we don't want to go back to Kalos because of how scary that game looked, like you were talking about. Small battlefield evens things up a little bit more, doesn't give all that additional space for Greninja to utilize the superior ground speed, and you get to cover so much more of the stage, especially the aerial space, with those big sweeping options and long-lasting aerial options that Captain Falcon has.
Yeah. And on the flip side of that, though, like, we're on small battlefield where, like, those platform resets are going to be so huge for Arctice as well. So, like, there's really no fantastic options. I like that up B going just a little bit further out, knowing that the Magnet Hands were going to save you and you're not getting stomped. But, ooh, that down tilt up smash isn't going to kill just yet. Looking to find the stock here, but, I mean, both of them are on the prowl. Nice Raptor boost to kind of find a little bit of something.
That's neat. Okay. Nothing doing at the moment. Both of these players like to go deep for edge guards, and ultimately what that causes is a scramble situation when you're both getting back to ledge at the same time. IceKnight found the better of it in that situation, and that's been kind of the name of the game for this entire set, is IceKnight has found the better of scramble situations.
Ooh, yeah. Able to find a deep one. But yeah, for sure. I mean, IceKnight has been... when Arctice is scrambling, IceKnight feels so much more collected. So it's going to be a kind of a testament of will at that point, right? Can we find the reserves to not get scared in those up close and kind of awkward situations that being so deep off stage can put you in?
It's not a position that you see somebody like Sir Dank put himself in a lot, right? I don't feel like I see Sir Dank in that like tight shield against your opponent quarters almost ever. It's usually drift out to reset neutral or going for a crazy aggressive option that like a Falcon kick point blank that's going to like put you further off on the side of the screen to be able to reset neutral again.
Yeah. Good air dodge coming out and a fantastic tech, but unfortunate. That side B is just not it. Not going to cut it for a recovery.
Nice chase. Didn't catch the tech right there. Oh, but finds the fight back with another dash attack. The pivot grab to read out the aerial approach from the sky, and now you're sending him back up towards the clouds. Nothing. Ooh. Relentless.
Yeah, just unable. Just such amazing pressure coming out from IceKnight. Just keeping Arctice in a corner, always second-guessing every move he has to every move that he makes. But he's able to find an aggressive way in. Can we find the stock, though? Ooh, we saw him turn around for the back here, but it's just not enough. IceKnight just a little bit faster on the draw. We go for a counter, expecting a Falcon kick, right? Because we've seen a lot of that from Arctice. The Falcon kicks in those kind of awkward 45-degree angle slots. But, I mean, Arctice just too scared to really go for anything and resetting onto a platform.
I really like that thought process from IceKnight, trying to look for the Hydro Pump bait off of the edge guard, and instead going back to the ledge to see if he can find a ledge trump on an early recovery. Doesn't quite find it, but his head's in the right place, and that's what's winning in this game so far.
Yeah, exactly. It's been just IceKnight being just 1 or 2 steps ahead the entire time, and Arctice having such a hard time. But we're able to find something. Can we find a stock, though, right? We're able to make it back to stage, but you're at 167%, right? If we can find a stock here and really find a really good opening, that's going to be...
What? No!
No.
That was nasty. Oh, my God. That was so sick. I don't even know how, like, okay. Let me think through that.